Now, let me give you an example of creating amazing moments. Let's say we go to Disneyland. Let's have a look at how a day at Disneyland would be in terms of peak moments. Here you see from left to right our day. And from 0 to 100 on the left side, you see my emotions, the way I feel during that day. So we start off the day and we decided to go to Disneyland with the kids, and we are getting stuck in traffic. So that's not very nice. That's a 10% feeling for me. We arrive and I completely forgot to buy tickets online, so we have to stand in line to buy those tickets. Next up, we want to go to Space Mountain straight away, but we have to wait in line. That'll take another 35, maybe 45 minutes. Not that fun either. But all of a sudden, we go onto Space Mountain. Oh my God, what a rush. Amazing. So that feeling peaks to 100. We got off, and again, we want to do another one. So maybe the Wild Wild West. Again, waiting in line. But then, when we get onto the Wild Wild West, another peak moment. So then it's almost time to go for food into the restaurant. So again, we have to wait in line to get our food, and we have lunch. Nothing special. It's okay, but it's half and half. All of a sudden, the door opens, and who do we see? It's Mickey. Oh my God. We're taking selfies, getting signatures, etc., etc. So that again is a peak moment. We continue the day, again waiting in line and doing another attraction. Might be a roller coaster, might be something else. The day comes to its end, and we try to find our car on the big parking lot. And we drive home, and yes, again, we have traffic. Now, as you can see this graph, there are only 4 peak moments above 75%. And that is what we need. Because if I ask somebody, hey, how was your day at Disney? What they will say is, oh my God, it was amazing. We went onto the Space Mountain, we saw Mickey, we went into the Wild Wild West. That was really great. And it's those moments that they will remember. And that is what we need in your company as well, in your life as well. So I'm here to tell you, change the script. And your question probably is, but how do I change the script? Well, how do you change the script? That is up to everybody a bit individually. I cannot give you a real concrete solution, but I can give you examples. The first thing to do is try to think what your customer is thinking. Try to walk in their shoes. Next up, ask what are they expecting? And more importantly, what are they not expecting? Have you ever been in a scanner, something like this? It's a very sterile room, and you have to lay still, and it's very claustrophobic, so it's not that fun. But can you imagine what this would do to a 5-year-old? I mean, children, they don't get it. They have to lay still, they cannot move. And on top of that, that machine is very, very, very loud. It could be a traumatic experience. Now, there is a hospital in the United States who is actually thinking differently about this. And instead of coming into a room like this, a completely white one, where you have a doctor in a white suit, you will have more something like this. Isn't that amazing? It looks like a jungle. So they ask the children to jump over the leaves and the stones to get to the scanner. And that completely changes the script. And there are other hospitals who followed this example, as you can see here. And here's another one where you are welcomed by a pirate, and you have to get onto the pirate ship. How amazing is that? Well, that is what we call change the script. I don't know if you know Southwest, but Southwest is an airline in the United States. It's a low-cost airline. They don't have that much budget to surprise their customers, but they are legendary for their safety announcements. They joke about it every single time, and they say things through the intercom like, ladies and gentlemen, we have arrived on time, but we don't know where. That's amazing. Another one would be, ladies and gentlemen, in case of cabin pressure loss, you will have masks falling from the ceiling. Please place that over your mouth first, and then over that of your child. Should you be traveling with more than one child, please choose the one with the most potential in the future. Again, that's hugely funny. But all of a sudden, there was this couple on Southwest Airlines coming back from their honeymoon, and they were called John and Leslie. And one of the stewardesses found out that it was the end of their honeymoon. So she takes the intercom and says, ladies and gentlemen, we have a newlywed couple here. Everybody gives a big round of applause. And she says, this is what we're going to do to give them a present. And the present was actually, people could push their steward buttons, and they would hand out paper napkins. on those paper napkins, people were asked to write down the best wedding advice, marriage advice they could give. And have a look. How sweet is this? John and Leslie got a ton of advice, and nobody on that flight will ever forget that moment. That is creating a peak moment. Now, you remember in the beginning of this course, I talked about giraffe bread. Well, I kind of like giraffes, if you know what I mean. And this is another one. This is Yoshi. And Yoshi is a giraffe. He's actually a toy for a 5-year-old boy who lives in New York. And he goes with his family to the Ritz-Carlton in California. And they have an amazing vacation. But when they get back to New York, what are they realizing? Oh my God, Yoshi's gone. Now, this little boy, he's in tears. And his father tries to comfort him. So he says, you know what? Actually, there's not really a problem because Yoshi, he's just taking another break. He's taking a break of another 3 days. And that little boy says, yeah, right. And he said, yeah, you know, he's by the pool now. He's having a break because you know how hard it is to be your friend, playing all the time, etc. So the father calls the Ritz-Carlton and he says, did you find the toy of my son? Yes, we did. And he says, can you please do me a favor and take a picture of Yoshi by the side of the pool so I can show my little boy he's taking another holiday. And have a look here. There you go. Yoshi at the pool. How amazing is that? Now the hotel, they sent Yoshi back in a Federal Express box to New York 3 days later. And what do they find in the box? Yoshi. And his album, his photo album, a vacation photo album. And not only do you see Yoshi on at the pool, but also playing golf. And Yoshi getting a massage. Well, that is breaking the script. How amazing is that? Now I'm going to make a bold statement. I don't believe that the customer comes on the first place. Actually, I'm 100% certain they don't come on the first place. The people who are serving the customers, who are serving the clients, those are the ones who should come on the first place in your company. Because when your team treats your customer good, that means that they are treated good. When you give your team a good feeling, when you motivate them, they will be motivated to handle your customer as it should.